Apply major pressure, my nigga.
Underground Luxury, the album. I just listened to the whole thing. It's jamming like a motherfucker. First of all, congratulations. Uh, where you record this motherfucker? Like, I know you traveling constantly.
Yeah.
So, is that the mobile studio? Do Rich and them y'all niggas got equipment like on the road traveling, or did you actually have a chance to come down and sit down and lock in for a minute?
I did. I had a chance to really focus and get into a groove because, when you're recording, it's all about the momentum.
Right.
And once you figure out what you like, what you don't like, I'm like, oh shit, I could do this. And I really didn't even go into this album trying to produce a lot of it, but it really just kind of happened that way. And I recorded most of it in my basement in my house. And for me, being in the basement, it just feels it's a real relaxing place to be. You know what I'm saying? It feels like you in the womb of the house.
Right.
It's just a real comfortable place. I realized that I just wanted to have fun. I realized that that's what I needed. I needed to satisfy that musician side and just do that. Like I got the whole basement in my house. I turned it into a studio with a live room just so I could do that. You know what I mean? And so I think that was just the start of where I was headed, coming from where I'm coming from, and then, having that drive to it's like a dog that gotta he's gotta gnaw his teeth on something to keep his teeth sharp, because he just got that itch that he gotta scratch. And for me, it's always been that way with music. Like now, from this point, I'm gonna want to do something crazier than this. I'm gonna want to do something that's gonna change the rules even more.
You find it is getting easier for you to be you?
It should be easy.
Or you know what I'm saying? You would think that, but sometimes, as we know in the entertainment industry, it's not always that way. But you're getting more, with this newfound power that you have as an artist, it's still sometimes hard to represent what you really want to represent. Yeah. Right now, though, I hear a lot of you in this music. You find it's easier now to be you, or is it getting harder?
I definitely think it's easier. But I will say that with everything, it's always going to be an opposition. It's kind of like I once heard CeeLo say, "Adversity always finds a worthy opponent." And I wouldn't even be in a situation where it'd be challenging to do, because I knew when I was going to really just open up and just let myself be and not try to hold anything back. I knew that there was going to be some who kind of knew me in a sense, almost like a little brother type of sense, no, that's Bob next door, man, he's the good guy, don't get into all that, no,
leave that alone.
And so I think for me this, I was ready for that. And so I won't necessarily say that it was easier, but I think that it's easy now that I know how to deal with it, and now I know how to just relax and just be. It's really nothing. There's really no complicated way to describe it. It's just simple. You just have to just be and allow and just be yourself. That's really the gist of it.
If you on the song talking about you want the money, the chains, the bitches, you want it, I want it all. You know what I'm saying? You got all that. What else more could B.o.B want? What did B.o.B want now? You had that level of success. What do you want now?
I know what's down the road for me. I know I'm probably gonna get into acting. I'm probably gonna want to be more of a businessman. Probably take on more, extremities. But
that's professionally what you want. What do you personally want? You got all the material stuff. You know what I'm saying? So what do you personally want?
Personally, I want to continue to be happy and continue to be able to provide for my family, my loved ones, and to continue to be at peace with the universe, to be at one with the universe, and through the highs and the lows, there's always gonna be things that you like and don't like, and trials, not to sound cliche, but trials and tribulations.
No, it's real.
Yeah. But if you always are at one with the universe and your situation or whatever your God is, you can still be content and stable through all of those turns in the road.